as a humorous speaker twice. So I realized, okay, I wanted to give humorous speeches. Okay. So I took up the next path as engaging humor because I thought this is the way I need to go. So once you find out what kind of communicator or leader you want to be, you can choose that path and reach your goal. The ultimate goal is always to become a good communicator, a good leader, but the kind you want to be, that can be dependent upon, that can be completely your choice. And based on the path you choose, you become that kind of communicator or leader. Okay. So now let's directly go into what exactly is Pathways and how exactly do you, I mean, access it, and what kind of paths do you get? Okay. So everybody has logged into Toastmasters website now. I'll probably share my screen and show you. Manvi, could you give me the host? Sharing access. Thank you. I hope you are able to see my screen. Cool. So once you log in, I'm not even log in. Once you go to the website, this is how it looks like. Go to login and log in. Few things you need to take care if you've not been to this website or you have not logged in before. Few things I'll show you before we go into pathways. First is if you click on this, um, your name, welcome your name. You'll go to your profile where you could see all the things you have done till now, or what kind of offices you have held, what is the membership number, what is your address, email ID, and everything. You can change all these things. Okay, at any point of time, it's completely up to you. You can change it. What paths you have chosen there, what kind of awards you have got till now. Okay. So as Manu mentioned initially, I complete a path, it will be mentioned in the educational award. Okay. In case you take up a leadership role, those things will be mentioned in offices held. Okay. And so on. Any kind of personal details regarding Toastmasters is available on the website. And with pathways, now everything has become integrated. Okay. Means you can easily see all kind of awards, your history, and what kind of speeches you have given. Everything is available in one portal, toastmasters.org. Okay. Could you see this LD5? So every time you complete a level or a path, you will get this designation. Okay. So let's say um, Manvi gets a leadership development path. Okay, and she completes level 1. So after her name, it will be Manvi Grover LD1. So every path has 5 levels. As we go ahead, I'll show you. And let's go first. Okay. Click on pathways and go to Basecamp. Are you able to reach here? Cool. So now you could see 3 choices you have. Either you choose your path, your access your path, or the navigator. There are 2 options for me here. Go to Basecamp and log in as a Basecamp manager. For the non-leaders of the club leaders, except president, VP Ed, and the secretary, everybody else will not get this option of login as a Basecamp manager. So in every club, president, VP Ed, the vice president education, and the secretary are known as the Basecamp manager. So they manage the Basecamp for everybody else. So in case somebody gives a speech, completes a speech, they want to file their level 1. Okay, they have completed all the levels. Let's say level 1, all the speeches are completed. They want to formally file the award for level 1. So they will file it, and the Basecamp manager gets a notification that this person has completed a level. And then you can go ahead and formally file an educational award. Okay. I'll also show you how exactly can you file the educational award. Okay. I think as of now, since you have only 2 meetings in after chartering, we will have this option for continue to path selection. Go to this. Once you reach here, few things you need to take care. Okay, you can opt to get printed material as well for the path you're going to choose, but it is going to cost you money. So being a good engineering student, don't opt for it. Go for the digital one. Okay. So choose digital resources. Next, how would you like to select your learning path? There are two options. First is um, either if you know all about pathways, you have already researched a bit and you know what exactly are the paths, you can directly go and choose your path. In case you haven't, and I would strongly recommend to everybody here, take this online assessment. Okay, take the test. Now, what exactly is this assessment? There are around 15-20 psychometric questions that will just assess what kind of leader or communicator you are as of now, and then it will suggest you some paths. Okay, I'll give you a small example of it. It is completely up to you. Okay, what path do you choose? But they would recommend you three paths. Okay, and out of the three paths, just read along the paths, what exactly those paths are, and you can go ahead and choose it. Okay, let me just take this small test, and for let's say okay, I'll just choose the middle one every time it comes up. But while you are taking the test, read it. Okay, I'm just doing this for demonstration. And based on the preferences you have chosen initially, the questions will vary. Okay, if you are more into coaching, the question would be probably more about coaching. If you are more into communication, you want to enhance those skills, it will be more on public speaking and communication. If you are more into leadership, then it will be more on the leadership one. Okay, I think it okay. See, so if you could see now, they have recommended me three paths. One is innovative planning, visionary communication, and leadership development. Now, what I could do, I could just learn more about, let's say, innovative planning. It will give me a small, brief description about what exactly this path is, and I can probably just open all three and just compare. Okay, so this path helped me to build as a public speaker, leader, and project manager. I would focus more on creating innovative solutions and building public speaking skills. In visionary communication, it it builds your skills as a strategic communicator and leader, and walk you through the project that focus on developing your skills for sharing information with a group, planning communication, and creating innovative solutions. For leadership development, it will help you to become an effective communicator and leader. You will focus more on learning how to develop and implement a plan as well as time management. So now let's say if I want to become a better leader, or let's say right now, since I have already completed my 5 years in IT in my work experience, I want to be a project manager next. Okay, I'm aspiring to become a project manager. So probably I would like to take up a role or take up a path which will probably help me reach that goal. So I'll probably pick up innovative planning. Okay, just select innovative planning, go down, continue. Okay, also very important. As of now, since this is your first path, it is free of cost. Okay, the next path you choose would be charged from Toastmasters. Okay, so that will come up in your membership. So if I go now, since I've already completed it, it will show me to pay. So I have to pay $20 more. So it comes to your shopping cart, then you go ahead and just pay pay the money and it will come up to you. Okay. If you see here, $20 has come up. Okay. So this is how you choose a path. Go back. I don't want to choose it. Okay. So now let me help you to see how many paths do we have and what exactly could you expect from all those pathways. Okay. As of now, we are having 11 paths: dynamic leadership, effective coaching, engaging humor, innovative planning, leadership development, motivational strategies, persuasive influence, presentation mastery, strategic relationship, team collaboration, and visionary communication. Okay. Let me just unshare my screen and ask you a question first. Okay. How many kinds of leadership styles are there in the world, or can you just name few leadership styles? Anybody? Any
Like the
style?
monarchy,
I didn't get you. Come again.
like monarchy and the democracy, like that.
Monarchian. Okay, monarchian and democratic. Okay. Man, we wanted to add something. No.
I was going for something very different.
You can say that. It's not a problem.
I'm not sure if it's a style, but I've heard someone say that motivation a leader can be either motivational or he can be uh, something else. I don't know if motivational leadership is one type of style. I'm not sure.
There can be, but it just comes under some other subclasses. Okay. So as
Ah,
Donti mentioned, okay, there is a leadership style called democratic leadership style, where somebody ask consent from everybody. Okay, do you agree? Do you agree? Do you agree? ऐसा करेंगे, ऐसा करेंगे, ऐसा करेंगे, and when everybody is on the same page, they do it. Then there is a leadership style called autocratic one, okay, or a monarchian one, as Donti mentioned. He is somebody who is already at the top designation, like your HAD or a teacher. He just comes up in the classroom and says, "You have to do this, and you have to do this," because he has said it. Okay. Then there is somebody who is like a teacher, proper teacher, okay, whom you follow, um, a coach. So there is a coaching style where they shows you a path. They don't ask you, they'll not show you exactly what exactly you have to do, but they will show you, okay, this is the road to MG road, or this is the path you have to follow. Go ahead on this one. You will probably find some hurdles, and this is how you tackle them. Okay. So they will show you the vision and the path, and you follow it. That's the coaching one. Okay. There are other leadership styles where somebody is more into, um, how do you say, implementing ideas rather than creating one. So they will show you the way. Okay. They will first do it and then show you, okay, that's how it is done. Now you do it. That is also a leadership style. So based on what kind of leader you are, you could choose your path here. Okay. So dynamic leadership, let's say it's a path where you become a dynamic leader based on based on the people you're working with. So your style changes. Okay. Uh, there is a different way of tackling, let's say, who are your friends? Okay. Your colleagues as of now in college. Once you're going to communicate with your teachers or parents, you have a very different style of communicating with them. Okay. Once you go out and when you, let's say, once you're appearing for an interview, you will have a very different kind of communication style. You will start doing sir, sir, sir. Okay. And once you're with your friends, those sirs goes away. So with every person, it changes. Your communication style changes, your leadership style changes. How you want those people to do the task, that changes. If I have to get something from my parents, I'll probably ask in a different way. If I want to get something from my friends, I'll probably snatch it from them, right? So it depends which person you are interacting with, and that's how the communication, the leadership style changes. So based on what kind of path or communicator you want to become, or what kind of leader you want to become, you can choose a path in pathways. Okay, I'll share my screen again, and let's get a small brief introduction about all these paths. So dynamic leadership, as I mentioned initially, it's more on being a dynamic leader. Okay. So now this is something which will help you understand how exactly the pathways would look like. Okay. Every path in Toastmasters here in pathways have 5 levels. Okay. Level 1, level 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Level 1 is all about mastering the fundamentals. And remember this, level 1 is mostly same across all the paths. It is same. Okay. Because these are the fundamentals that everybody needs to know before they go and diverge their path. Okay. Second is understanding your style. That will be more into what kind of leader you are, what kind of communicator you are. They'll help you to understand it more. These paths, this level, the projects in it would help you to understand what kind of leader or communicator you are. The third level is more on increasing your knowledge about whatever path you have chosen. Okay. The fourth level is about building your skills, and the fifth level is more on demonstrating those expertise. So whatever you have learned till level 4, you will try to demonstrate in level 5. Okay. When I say demonstrate, that doesn't mean that you have to come to the meeting and do something. You do it offline and share experiences in the meeting and your learnings. Okay, that is about level 5. And if you see from level 3, you would have something called elective projects, and this is same across all the paths. Okay, elective projects are available. You could choose them, what kind of electives you want to do. So from in level 3, you have to complete one mandatory task and two elective projects. If you go to level 4, you have to do one elective project, and in level 5 also one elective project. Okay, and the electives are very how do you say, very innovative and very creative. Some electives ask you to create a podcast. Some electives ask you to make a blog. Some electives ask you to make a social media presence or social media post. Some might ask you to manage some projects, do something outside from the meeting, do some event, manage it properly, and then share your learnings here. Okay. So there are a lot of things you could do in Pathways, and it is completely catered up to your needs. What exactly do you want to do? Okay. Let's say you are doing a college fest, let's say next year. You could take up, one of you could take up it as a project in Toastmasters, share your learnings to the members. Somebody from third year or fourth year, okay, they are almost about to leave the college now. So whatever they have learned from their experiences in college fest, managing them, probably would be helpful to their juniors. Okay, don't do this mistake next time. Don't go to this sponsor; they will not give you money. So there are a lot of learning once you start coming to managing events and managing a lot of bigger fest and everything. So those learnings should be passed on, and that's how it is passed on in Pathways when you take up these projects. Somebody always wanted to have an YouTube channel. Take up a podcast. Take up a social media presence project. Make a channel. Showcase it to the club level, to the club, to your leaders, and share your learnings to the club. So that in case somebody else wants to do it, they can also follow it. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, level 1 is similar across all the paths. Level 2 would change a bit. I mean, one or two projects would change, but there are three projects in level 2 as well. And these level 3, level 4, level 5, these are catered specifically for those specific paths. Okay. So dynamic leadership, it helps you to build your skill as a strategic leader. Effective coaching is more about coaching somebody. Okay. To become a very positive communicator and a leader, and it will focus on coaching a simple let's say member or somebody who you want to influence. Okay, there is a huge difference between a coach and a teacher, and I would like to ask you what exactly it is. Anybody who wants to unmute and say, a teacher and a coach, what is the difference?
A coach caters to more interpersonal development rather than a teacher focusing on an all-round development of not the particular student but a group of students. I think so that is like one of the differences.
Correct, agreed. Anybody else who wants to add to it?
The coach, he can share his experiences better than
Okay, coach can share experience, teachers can't.
maybe.
Maybe teachers can be. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Um, since you are engineering student, so somebody or some of you might have taken those IIT coachings, right? Ha or na, right? And when you were choosing those things, or tuitions, okay, 11, 11, 12, you might have seen or you might have heard a lot of people saying, okay, that teacher doesn't focuses on you. There are a lot of students in those classes, and they don't personally cater you. They don't look after you specifically. Okay, there are a lot of students, so they just teaches you. See, the huge difference which comes in teacher and coach is the coach can focus on you personally. There is a one-on-one relationship between coach and you. With teachers, it's basically a group of people. Okay, so when you go into an effective coaching path, or I'll not say in any path, once you start see yourself being a coach, you will always see that you always try to make those interpersonal bonds with your members, with the ones you're interacting with, or with the whom you're trying to mentor or coach. So if you have seen those football matches or cricket matches, there are coaches who specifically just know the strength and weakness of every player, each and every player, and they focus on them. So if you're going to become a very effective coach, you would know, in case you want to become a mentor, you would know the people you're leading, what exactly are their strengths and their flaws, and how to overcome those flaws so that your task is completed. Okay. So if anybody of you want to become an effective coach, you could take up this path called effective coaching. Okay. This is effective coaching path. Next is engaging humor. This is self-explanatory. If somebody wants to become a stand-up comedian, take up this path. Uh, Good way to understand how exactly humor works and what kind of humor speeches you could give in life, let's say. Okay. Next is innovative planning, as the name already mentions. If you want to create ideas and do projects on innovation and creativity, you take up this path. You want to manage an event and do it differently from the way it was done previously, you take up this path. You it focuses more on creating more innovation and generating more creative ideas, and it will help you to understand it more personally, how exactly innovation works or creativity works. Leadership development, similar thing. Okay. If you want to just develop a leadership style, whatever style you have, it is not dependent upon if you are a democratic, autocratic, or a coach. Any style do you have, if you want to simply understand it first and then push it ahead, then you take up the leadership style development. Next is motivational strategies. This is a path if you want to become any huge leader who can motivate people. I'll give an example. uh, you might have heard Sandeep Maheshwari. Anybody of you? Those motivational speeches. And there are a lot of videos on Facebook as well. Okay, there's a guy called Nas. He gives out videos daily. It's called Nas Daily. Okay, if you have not seen it, 2 minutes video every day he creates. Okay, on motivation. He tries to motivate people. So if you want to motivate more people to do something or to follow you, so therein motivation strategies come in. And there is a speech, okay, in between. I just remember one experience where it asks you to differentiate between what exactly is motivation and how do you inspire people. So next question to you all: what is the difference between motivating somebody or inspiring somebody? Unmute and answer. If I say um, I am motivated by someone, and if I say I am inspired by someone, what exactly is the difference between these two?
By being inspired by someone, you look up to them as an idol, compared to where you are motivated by them is something that they have done already, not as a person but their tasks.
Hmm. Correct. Anybody wants to add to it?
Motivation, it's something like they give some more encouragement for doing the task, whatever we are doing.
Okay. They give some kind of moral encouragement.
Yeah.
Both of you are correct. Okay. And I think Harsh was very close to it. Once somebody inspires you, they would inspire you complete as a person. Okay. There not only one task inspires you. You want to become that kind of people, that kind of person. Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru ji. Sometimes you say your parents are your inspiration. You want to become like your father or your mother. Okay. Or somebody you look up to. Motivation usually comes for a specific thing, for a specific task. Somebody who shows you a way. Okay. This task is that's how it's done. You do it this way. They motivate you. Okay. Oh, that person also has done it. I'll also do it. People say it, right? The Sharma ji ka beta did this. You can also do it. That is motivation. But once you try to become like Sharma ji ka beta, that is the time that you are inspired by Sharma ji ka beta. Correct? So that's the difference you would probably learn once you start going into motivation strategies. Okay. Next is persuasive influence. So there is something in communication, once we initially mentioned, right, that you want to convey the way you wanted it to understand. But what if you want to persuade somebody? And persuasion is not very easy, right? When you were kids, you always persuaded your parents to get you the toy by crying. That was not persuasion. That was actually irritation for your parents. They got irritated and they give you the toy. But once you grow up, those skills don't work. Now the crying don't work. Okay. How would you persuade somebody to do it, whatever you want them to do it? And persuasion is not an easy task. It depends, totally changes once you go from people to people, right? Persuading friends are easy. Sometimes, especially for boys, they are already motivated, completely motivated. They want to do it. Okay, somebody says, let's do it. They are okay, let's do it. Already persuaded. Okay. Once you go to your teacher to give you half a mark more or 1 mark more, those skills don't work, right? If you want something from your parents now, it's even more difficult, right? So persuasion and how to persuade people or how to convince them, okay, properly, is a whole together different ball game, and persuasive influence is all about that. Next is presentation mastery. Donti, this is a task, this is a path for you if you want to take it up. It's more about how do you present yourself in public, or how do you present professional slides, okay, for let's say for corporates, or for, let's say, if you have a in college, I think in the last final year you have a presentation to give, right? So you could use that skill to give a presentation. Strategic relationship. This is more on how do you strategize uh, making relationship with different kind of people, and how do you lead them. Okay, so strategies are made once you go start working in corporates. You would know that how do you deal with different clients, right? And how do you make relationship with them so that they benefit you. So those are more about strategies. How do you plan an event? How do you strategize it? Let's say I work for a client which is based out of Finland. Okay, if I do something which is very ethnic, or which is very dear to those Finnish people, when they come to our office in Bangalore, they would probably love it, right? And that would probably be a strategy for us to get those clients ahead, get some more projects from them. If you want to, let's say, um, there is a professor who loves chocolates, okay, and a special kind, that rum and raisin temptation one. Want to get that 1 mark from him to pass. Probably you would have that strategy, right? Probably I would give that chocolate to that person, and probably he'll give me that mark. Sometimes you just know that when that person would click, and that is the strategy you always make. So strategic relationship will give you those insights. How do you know how those relationship would work, uh, how the people click on something? You could take up this path to go more ahead into this. Team collaboration, more about team planning and how you can become a team player. And finally, a visionary communication. This part is all about creating a vision first, something which has not been done till now. You create a vision and you try to fulfill it, or try to see it to the fulfillment or to the end. You want to, let's say, um, organize a college fest where, let's say, 10,000 people come to your college. Now that's a vision. Now how do you fulfill it? How do you promote a college fest to the outside world, to the outside colleges? First, you need to get a permission from the college administration. Those things come into picture. Now you have a vision. How do you fulfill it? So that is more on visionary communication. How do you communicate your vision to people so that they follow you and they help you to accomplish that task? Okay. So these are the 11 paths you could take it from right now in Toastmasters. As I already mentioned, you can either take an assessment, or you could just simply go and read and choose your path if you already know. But I would strongly suggest, since you are just starting out right now, take that assessment. That assessment would help you to understand what kind of leader communicator you want to be. And then based on the recommendation, the top 3 recommendation, choose one of those three. Okay. Now, once you choose a path and you come here to the base camp, go to the base camp. This is, once you choose a path, you will have this option of going to the base camp. Okay. So once you come to the base camp, you would see this, uh, your paths and your learnings, your evaluations, your tutorials. Let me directly go to my path. Okay. I have already completed one. In the engaging humor, you would say, let's say somebody is taking up engaging humor, you would say something called open curriculum, open it. And now that's how the level one, all your actual path would look like. Okay, this is the curriculum of your path. Okay, so every path, as I already mentioned, 5 levels and path completion. In a level one, these are the mandatory things you need to do, and this is similar across all the paths. Okay, I will not go into the intricacies of all the small projects because it will differ from every path to every path. But how exactly do you manage or see the tutorials and the resources available to you? So let's say you are giving an icebreaker speech, the first speech. Okay, I've already done it, so it's saying launch, but you would get an option of activating it first. So activate it. So once you launch it, this page would come up. Okay, so this page would come up here. So now if you go ahead, just a minute. Hmm. If you go ahead, they will give you all the tutorials. How exactly do you start writing your speech about yourself, about icebreaker speech, and what exactly is the checklist. So you could download this checklist. This checklist is basically about what you need to make sure before you write your speech, your icebreaker speech. That will probably help you to write it more effectively. That is in your checklist. And then you go ahead to assess your skills before. Now, this is very important. If you want to file your level one in pathways, you need to take this assess your skills before and after. Okay, after every path, after every project, you come here, you assess your skill before you give your project, give your speech, assess your skills. Okay, give some pointers. Okay, let's say I've given let's say 4 for everywhere based on your theme. How do you assess yourself? Give points and go ahead. Okay. Hmm. Now it will give you what kind of competencies you are going to learn from this speech. Then like elements of basic speech structure, how do you balance preparation and spontaneity, demonstrating your self-confidence in public. Those are the skills you're going to learn from it. Okay. And then there are some videos to help you. You can just go through the video to understand how exactly people remember their icebreaker speech. Okay. Now this is a worksheet, and if you want to download it and start to write your speech here, this is basically would give you a basic structure of a speech, of icebreaker speech, how exactly it should be, opening, a body, a conclusion. In the body, what exactly could you write? You could write about your families, about you. You could write about, let's say, Toastmasters, how you came to Toastmasters. It's like a blocks, okay, and the spaces are given. You could probably write it and complete your speech, or you could simply write it on a piece of paper and then do it. Completely up to you. But if you want to just get a small structure beforehand, you could take up this worksheet. Now this is about how do you organize your speech and everything. This is the timing, spacings, and review moment to moment. How after taking the speech, how exactly do you write down your evaluation, and where did you lag? Those things can be assessed here, and could take a time. Okay. Now after your speech is done, you could come up here and see what exactly you need to do. It's very, very important in every speech, whatever evaluation you get, the feedback you get, you note it down and keep it here. I'll show you a place where you could upload your feedbacks as well. Okay. And after your speech, you evaluate yourself again. You will get a time here to evaluate yourself so that you will assess it. Just like before, you can assess it after also. And once you assess it after, you would get completing your, your project is completed officially, like this one. Okay. So once you complete this, your project is completed. Got it? At the end, you would get this one. Congratulations, you have completed this project completely. And then you can go ahead. Remember, even if you don't give, you take up this assessment, if you directly go to the last page, it will show you the congratulation page. That doesn't mean the project is completed. Until and unless you take the assessment before and after, the project is not completed. Got it? So this is about your levels, okay? How to complete your project and how to assess your uh, resources and material at in pathways in any path. So once you complete all these three, at the end, once you complete these three, uh, assessment before and after, at the end here you would see an activate button, and once you activate it, your project is completed, your level is completed. Okay. For the Basecamp managers, once you go to the Basecamp, once you log in as a Basecamp manager, you would see, let's say Donti completed one path, sorry, one level. You would see a request from Donti saying that my level one should be approved. And once the BP head, president, or the secretary approves it, then your level one is filed in pathways. Got it? You could access level two from here directly. Once you complete that, go to level two, level three, level four, level five. Okay. Now, okay, let me show you the tutorial. How much time do we have now? Or are you getting bored?
No, we are not getting bored, but it's almost time to wrap up. We're supposed to end
Okay,
by
cool. Cool. Then let's not go there. I'll probably just directly show you. So, any evaluation you want to do, you can directly access from speech evaluations. Okay. These are all the resources available. Okay. All the projects, all the paths. Okay. Just go here, download the evaluation sheet and give it to evaluator. They will evaluate it. Okay. And also, I showed you initially, right? There was something called my feedbacks. So once your, I mean, project is complete, you can ask your manager, I mean, the evaluator to give you feedback. So once you ask for feedback, those feedback would come here. Okay. Important thing, the feedback can only be taken from your own club members. You can't take feedback from somebody else here. Okay. Not, this is not about evaluation sheets. It's only about taking feedback. So let's say Manvi gives a speech and Harsh was the evaluator. Okay. That is a different thing. But Manvi wants to get in feedback from, let's say, Donti or Lavanya. Okay. So you could request the name of that member from here and they would give you the feedback directly here. You can directly access it. Okay. Completely online. You can just show it and see what exactly have you got. These are portfolios. You can see what exactly you have done till now, different parts, and it's about it. And I'll probably unshare my screen and open up the forum for any kind of questions you have right now. Anything. Don't shake the head. Ask questions if you have. No questions as of now. Okay. One more thing. I'll probably finish it off by saying this. You can complete any path, I mean, any project. It is not important that you complete it sequentially. Okay. It's not important. You can complete project one before and then go to project three also before completing project two. But very importantly, once you're filing your award into in pathways or in let's say club central, you won't be able to file level three, let's say before level one. Even if you complete level three before, you won't be able to file it. So educational awards will only be filed sequentially, but you can complete your project in any way you want to. But since you all are starting out right now, I would strongly recommend go by small steps, taking those baby steps, follow it sequentially first. You would know the small intricacies which I talked about. Okay, what exactly is visionary or effective communicator? Once you learn all these small things and you know that okay, now you can take up any task in the next path, then do it the way you want to. Complete level three before level two, do it as you want to. But as of now, do it sequentially. Okay. One thing which I forgot to show you, this is for President, BP Ed, and Secretary. Okay. So there are two ways you need to file an award. Okay. The first one was in pathways you need to approve it. But if you want to get that actual point, you need to go to Leadership Central, go to the Club Central, and this is only for President, VP, and Secretary. Submit education awards. Okay. Let's say Harsh completed level one. Okay. So you can choose the member's name. Okay, let's say I want to file a level 1 for this guy, Jana. Okay, so once I go to this place, now I could see, oh, not this one. Uh, okay, let's say for Shairi. So once I go here with the name, you would see the path name and level they want to file an award for. So she has not completed level 1 till now. So once she completes it, I can come here, level 1, and review this award submission. So once I submit the award, now you could see this award being reflected in your club's name. Okay. It would not come to your club's name until you file it here. Pathways approval is a different thing. Okay. So this is for the club leaders. Hmm. Any other question you have?
I don't have a question, but I've like a little concern. So we've spoken to all our members personally, and most of them kind of refrain from giving speeches. They're like, "Man, it's too much work. We don't want to give speeches." So could you like
How do you,
share something on that?
okay, so I think the first speech is very interesting. Okay, the icebreaker speech. Now, how many of you have given the icebreaker till now?
All of us have given in our
All
pre-charter meetings.
pre-charter
Yeah,
meetings you have given those meetings, right? Okay.
yeah.
So now going forward, okay, there are two three concerns. First is let's say I agree to give a speech, okay, but I don't know what to write a speech on. Now there are hundreds of things in my life going on. What exactly do I give a speech on? Very important thing, right? So how do you choose a topic first, and what exactly do you write about? So in level 1, you would see there are three things, three projects. Okay, there is level 1 is first is icebreaker, then is something called uh, first give a speech and then evaluate it. Then third speech is research speech. So what you could do, find something which you love the most. Anything. It might be a person, it might be an object, it might be a place. Find that thing, okay, and do a small Wikipedia research and give a speech on that. Best thing to do. I've heard a person who gave a speech on specs. I heard a girl who used to color her hair, okay, every few months, and she just gave a speech on why exactly does she love to color hair every few months, and why she having the blue hair right now. Okay, anything you find interesting about, you give. You went to a trip recently, you went for a trek, give a speech on it. The worst thing that can happen is the evaluator would say they didn't like the speech. Nothing else, right? You can give a speech on anything you want to as of now. Once the project start to get very specific, now that's when the effort would come in more. So there is a project, let's say in level 2, which is more on understanding your leadership style. So now you have to understand your leadership style first. Now you understand it. Now you have to give a speech on that leadership style. Now you can't go away from that, right? So that is the time you would take a lot of effort. But as of now, in the first level, it's very simple. Whatever you are doing, you are giving exam, you write a speech on exam. Somebody said that it was too lengthy. The paper was too lengthy. You had to write a lot of, I mean, fill up a lot of sheets. Give a speech on it. Okay. So there are two things. Either you do a research, complete research, and give a speech, or you just narrate a personal experience. And you would see that once you start writing, these 5 minutes don't matter. You can write essays about yourself and your experiences and people. But it's always better. I mean, if you structure it properly and then come ahead. So write anything that comes to your mind first, and then try to structure it to have a proper opening and a conclusion. Then that will work in any online meeting. That's not a problem for any speech. That thing always works. And small recommendation would be, once you're trying to give a speech, okay, to make it more convincing to the audience so that they don't feel bored, always give it a small personal touch. So if I have to talk about, let's say I love Manali, I should have been to Manali first so that the people would know the beauty of Manali, right? If I say, okay, Manali is very beautiful, it is snowy, green, lots of jungles. If you go to this place, you will find this. But until unless I have been to that place and I try to narrate it from my own speech, I say, I went to Manali last year. I saw this, I played in the snow. People won't be convinced that that place is beautiful. So always give it a personal touch. and try to give a speech from your own perspective rather than being a third person who is just narrating the story. Okay, that would make it more engaging.
Does anyone have any question for Toastmaster Sunil? No? Okay.
Donti has an
Sunil,
exam.
would you like to say something?
Nothing as of now. It was fun to be here. If you have any queries or anything you want to ask, or if you want me to come back again, if you have any query regarding pathways or anything regarding Toastmasters, you could probably reach out to me, not an issue. And I will try to probably help you. Over to you, Manvi.
Thank you so much, Sunil. Thank you so much for talking about pathways. I think we all have a better understanding of pathways as well as managing Basecamp now. If you have any more doubts, we will definitely get in touch with you. And we would love to have you back as a speaker, as a role taker in our club. So thank you so much for your time. And to all the members, please try and enroll into a pathway as soon as possible. If you're free right now, do it right now. Otherwise, take a couple of days and please finish it as soon as possible. Even uh, fill out your levels, whatever speeches you've completed till now. Please fill it out on the Basecamp so that we can keep track of your progress. Second thing that I want to tell you is that the next meeting will be on 6th March, which will be our club contest. Your mentors will be assigned to you in a couple of days. So please start drafting your speech. I know we all have exams. Whenever you have free time, whenever you feel like taking a break, just pen down your thoughts and try to draft your speech, connect with your mentor, and prepare for this competition. So I will see you all next on 6th March for our first club contest. And Sunil, I'd love to have you back. We'd love to host you back again. Thank you so much,
Surely.
everyone.
Just share the link for the meeting. I'll be back. Don't worry.
Absolutely. I'll add you to a guest group where we update our meeting details. Right?
Sure, sure.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. Good night. Take care and all the best for your exams. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Lavanya. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye, Ram.